Hey guys, and welcome to the video. First of all, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all the good stuff, as well as a Happy New Year. No, wait, that is next week, right? So I think I'll be able to upload another video before that, so forget about that. So, review of week number 2 of the Path of Exile 323 Affliction League. What I've been up to, what I've been playing, what I've been grinding and farming, how much currency I already lost, or made, or both. And yeah, what I've been up to in the next couple of days, I guess. So this kind of like informative video, I'll call it like that. So yeah, the last point where we ended the week 1 review was, or at least shortly after, was the magic finding Pathfinder Ethereal Knives character, which God, I hated this. That was, dude, let me relog. I want to show you something. So I have been playing this character for, I think, like 2 days or something like that. And I just gotta say, doing magic find on a very let's say low budget or medium budget, but the most difficult maps, you know, is not fun. So in 2 days, I have died over 300 times. And if there is something that I really hate, is like squishy characters. And obviously, playing a lot of Magic Find is always the downside that you don't really have a lot of forms of getting a well-rounded defense and offense, because most of your gear is going to be, I don't know, Sadima's Touch Gloves, Abisco's Leash, you have the Goldworm Boots, you have 2 Ventor's Gamble, you have a Quant a Rarity Amulet, you have like the Greed's Embrace chest. So what is there left? You basically have your helmet and your weapon, and weapon is basically your form of damage, and your helmet is the only part where you basically can adjust something, but it's most likely gonna be like rarity, life resistance, or something like that. But it is kind of rough, and the maps that I were running were 8 modded max juice, talking about the league mechanic max juice. Sometimes I had like 6,000 or 7,000 juice going on, then the Scarabs, Sextants, Altars, 8 modded maps, with the, what is it, the Wandering Path keystone over here. So 250 quant maps and stuff like that, you know. It is ridiculously hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I bricked maps because they were just monsters, they got empowered, and they just, like, you know, they just threw me into another game. That's how hard they killed me. One shots left and right, cast on death portal, the best setup the character had. And honestly, after like 2 days, I said, like, this is just not the way. This is just not fun at all for me, you know? I mean, I had like 8 or 9 flat Divine Orb drops, which was nice. No Apothecary, sadly. But just the sheer fact that you are hyped if you do a Deathless map was kind of like one of the most annoying things I've ever done, right? And that was the point. I started with Alcan Go, I added the Altars, I added the Juice, and then I started to adding like Compasses, Sextants, and stuff like that. And playing Magic Find on that kind of like end game maps with the Juice and everything is completely ridiculous if you don't have a Headhunter or a Mageblood, and more like Headhunter, because the damage is what you need, that the Headhunter provides, as well as the defense that you need, right? So I just decided for myself, if I want to do Magic Find, then there is no way to not play a Headhunter. I know there is strats for like mid-tier maps and something like that, but honestly, you know, the first thing I do every single league is filling out the Atlas and then start to grind tier 16 maps, whether it's Crimson Temple, if it's Default Cathedral, Burial Chamber, or anything where I want to just keep on grinding the high tier maps, and knowing I can not Magic Find in a good manner of fashion. Like, you can do it, you can absolutely do it, but I personally didn't enjoy it. So I decided to just put the Magic Finder aside and play something that I trust, and try to do max juice, like mechanic wise, maps in like whatever I want to farm, you know. So I swapped to my what do you say, comfort build, I would say, which is EK Ignite. So EK Ignite has been freaking good throughout the last couple of leagues. It is a lot of fun to play. It can do all content. It's tanky. It can it has like very good clear with like Ignite proliferation and stuff like that, especially once you add Explodey and stuff. And I think this league, it's gonna be cheaper and even better than what we know before. So there has been a lot of people asking me non-stop, what about EK Ignite? Is it still good? Why did you stop playing it? And so on and so forth. And there's like 3 things that I want to do. First of all, challenge grinding. You know, like whatever content there is going to be, I'm currently on like 27 out of 40. Whenever it's like endgame grinds or Uber bosses or ultimatum, any kind of like league mechanics, I know EK Ignite will do a very good job. So that was like the first reason. Second, I want to do a bit of a comparison since I know how much currency I made roughly, let's say on these Magic Find, in these like 2 days of Magic Find, right? I want to see how good is it to just play Juice with a good, well-rounded build without Magic Find, right? And I gotta say, just by farming, what was it? Because I just started to do some daily strengths, you know, super budget. I think like the entire package is like 20 chaos investment per map, and the returns are like pretty giga. And I think I dropped 4 divines flat today in the matter of like, what is it? 4, 8, 12, like 20 maps. So I ran 20 maps, I got 4 divines back, just raw currency, which I know this is pretty much the same as of the Magic Finder, just this version is just a lot more fun to play for me. So I just decided to keep on farming my strengths with daily, and don't worry about the Crimson Temple, and don't get upset if there is no apothecary dropping and stuff like that. This should not be a build guide, it's just like something that I want to share what I am currently playing. So it is EK Ignite, it is it's a bit of a weird statement right now, because in one hand I have end game items, which for example I got a Gloomfang with additional curse. I just bought this like ring with flammability, like a triple implicit fire cold damage, polaric devastation, and now I started to craft these boots, which yeah, I'm gonna talk about the boots in a bit. But the rest of the gear, you know, then you have something like this, you know, just like essence spammed. I randomly hit T1, I crafted Fizz's Extra Chaos, I got some res on it, like, this is complete garbage, you know, you want to have a multi-mod, dot multi, socketed support gems, stuff like that. So there is items that are okay, like these gloves. I mean, pretty much everything I bought here, if you check the implicit, it's like lesser and lesser, so just that we have the exposure, but it's like, half the gear is like League Start, like 1 divine investment for like most of the stuff, and then you have like endgame items like the boots. And since we have the new league with the new adaptations with the charms, you know, you can get some pretty cool stuff. So you get mana reservation efficiency, means you don't really need influenced helmets with like a shit ton of mana reservation efficiency. Reflect immunity, also very nice to run even more map modifiers that you couldn't do before. Then something like this with spell suppression. So before you had to take like a Skin of the Lord with Mage Bane and then get a Grace Watcher's Eye with spell suppression. So I'm currently not even running anything. It's just like a classic Fizz conversion hatred, which costs like 2 divines or something with a good roll. And I'm still currently spell suppression capped. So there is like a lot of ways to make the build cheaper in terms of like charms and stuff like that, and still stronger, because there is charms that give you like chance for non-chaos is extra chaos, and with the EK Ignite, with the multi-conversion, this is a very, very strong stat to get. Then we have the Witch was taken with a lot of like other good modifiers, another source of additional spell suppression, because usually like Mage Bane was a thing, or the Impossible Escape going down here, picking all these spell suppression nodes. I don't think this is needed at all, and so you can invest more into like damage or survivability or whatever you want to do. So I think overall the character is doing super, super fine. We have some nice items this time around. I also decided to add a Balance of Terror, for example, if I find it. Where is my Balance of Terror? For example, that's why I'm running dual curse, if you wonder, since I'm having here the apply additional curse. Means basically that if I cast Illy Weakness, I'm immune to exposure from enemies, as well as getting Fizz's Extra from a random element, which benefits my EK, because we're scaling most of the time any sources of physical as extra damage. But build wise, build guide and so on, or update for 323 will come once I, you know, get some more currency into it, and I'm currently just enjoying this like daily farm. Is a lot of fun. I currently have no source of explosion on the build, whether the Oriet's End, nor the Explodey Bow, nor anything else that does explosions. So I just figured I'm just gonna go and play with Gloom Shrines, because, you know, for the budget gamers, that's like a way to do it. So, the boots. Oh, lovely boots. Oh, lovely boots. Like, it was like 3 hours ago, I replaced my gold rim with a helm for like 3 divines on trade, which had like double mana reservation, which works out quite well because I'm missing the +2 socketed support gem levels, which would give my enlighten like to level 7 that is, right? So it's like the small solution right now, but it should get better at some point. But the thing is, I decided I want to fix ailment immunity. And fixing ailment immunity is one hand the Ancestral Vision gem, if I find it here, Ancestral Vision, which gives modifiers to chances to suppress spell damage, also accounts for elemental ailment avoidance. So if I get 100 spell suppression, it's like a 50 basically avoid elemental ailment. So the next thing, you can either do it with like on the belt with like shocked stuff, you know, and then use the Storm Shroud. I think since I'm stacking spell suppression, I do the way with the Ancestral Vision and get the rest of my avoid elemental ailments on my boots. That is the reason why I started to craft these boots in the first place. So, what did I try to do? I wanted to fix the implicits first, which is the perfect chance to avoid elemental ailments, which is something you don't even need because I'm like 11 or so over ailment avoidance, but it's something I wanted to have, right? So I got the implicit on like 10 divines investment with like getting this to perfect, which is pretty lucky, I would say, because this couldn't cost you a lot of like Orb of Conflicts to get one stat perfect, right? But the second one is Scorched Ground, which is a minor thing. So you have to like walk over the boss. You see here the Scorched Ground. So if you fight a boss, you actually need to like walk underneath him, and so he gets this like extra damage, right? Because his resistance is lower, right? And hitting that, you basically spend the big currency over here with the exceptional, what is it? The Eldritch Embers, right? And the chance is like 1 in 70, 1 in 75 or something like that. And it took me over 300 to hit Scorched Ground one single time. And that cost about 60 or 65 divines. So basically, I was just farming currency by, like for 10 divines, like, I don't know, like 40 or 50 of these embers and just throw them on. And I hit like 20 times Sept Ground and 15 times Brittle Ground and only one single time Scorched Ground. This was after, yeah, over 300 orbs. And that pissed me off so hard. I was like so close to just go to the vendor and just vendor your all the entire gear setup, because I was like, dude, I'm so freaking done. You know, you watch Gamer for Life and you see Mirrors dropping there and Headhunters there and Mageblood's there and everybody has super RNG and you cannot even hit this freaking modifier and you farm every day. Is crazy, you know. And but yeah, this is how things go sometimes. Therefore, I was lucky hitting the Chaos Resistance with the Essence with the Avoid Elemental Ailments. Then I used Suffix Cannot Be Changed, Veiled Chaos Orb, hit actually T1 Hybrid and the Movement Speed Unveil on the first try, crafted life, and the boots are done. And I'm super happy with the boots, but they cost me like 75 divines in total, which is absolutely disgusting. Another thing that I want to show about the playtime, since I'm grinding a lot, like I'm not even kidding, I don't think I've been playing that much since quite a while. So, Path of Exile here, time played, if you can see that, time played 172 hours in the last 2 weeks. So if we say 172 hours divided by 14 means I was playing around about a bit more than 12 hours every single day, and thinking that I only made like, if I count everything together that I have with the stuff in my stash, as well as like some very high-end ticket items like this one or my Magic Finding Elegant Hubris if they would ever sell, but this is like another thing. I think like maybe 200 to 300 divines is what I farmed as of right now, where there is some items that are big ticket items. The boot soaked up a lot and the rest of the gear is, yeah, questionable at some parts, but I think like 200 to 300 divines is what I made in like those 14 days, which is kind of bad, but also kind of okay. Because usually, after 2 weeks, I usually have my Headhunter or my Mageblood if I grind them, and that's like, you know, a 200-300 divines investment on that part. And so basically being on like 200 to 300 divines means that I make more currency, but I'm just like super terrible unlucky. And this is why the progression of the character is also slow, but there is progression because at least I finished the boots, right? So next I think will be the bow, because this would be another like 30 or 40% damage increase, but I don't think that I'm gonna go for an exploding bow because they go for like 100 divines or something. And yeah, it's basically all RNG based, you know, what do you get? I don't even know how good my strategy here is. It seems pretty good because it's like a 20 chaos investment, and I get just from the splinters in the end of the map, it's usually like 130, 140 dropping. It's basically giving me back the entire cost of the map, and the rest, you know, all the simulacrums or basically everything that I find with what is it? All these like daily orbs are all on top, you know, the flat divine orb drops, the countless of stuff that you find, the cluster jewels, the incubate, whatever you find, you know, is all gonna be pure profit because you're sustaining everything yourself. And yeah, I think this is gonna be quite fun, and I'm gonna keep on doing that for the upcoming days, I guess. At the moment, I think next big upgrade would be the bow, but I also just want to like straight up farm a headhunter and then basically try again on the magic find, because I want to see the difference playing magic find with a headhunter and without. And my EK Ignite will just deliver that playstyle where I say like, hey, I can farm this now. Maybe I'm just gonna slap on a headhunter on the EK Ignite and go farm 100% daily after farming the daily orbs, something like that. So we're gonna see how this is gonna all work out in the upcoming days. I don't know. I'm just gonna go live every single day on Twitch TV/MBXtream, grinding. Losing currency with gambling, losing currency with crafting, making some currency and then waste it again on some other stupid crafting project. But this is the thing, you know, you farm currency, and why do you farm currency if you're not gonna use it anyway? So, you know, sometimes lucky and most of the times just not. Anyways, long video, but I just want to like give you guys an update on my weekly progress, where I'm at and what is planned and stuff like that, what happened. And yeah, on top of that, Merry Christmas. It's the 24th. It's December the 24th to be precise. And yeah, happy holidays. I hope you guys having a dope ass time, because most of the people do have vacation, and so I hope you also have some time to play some video games and obviously like spend some time with your family, you know. But you know, video games is still very important. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.